Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Today I'm going to tell you why you should get rid of your wake up alarm and replace it with a sleep down alarm. That's right, a lot of people would benefit greatly from just going to bed earlier so that they can wake up earlier the next day. And I'm going to talk about why here. So for you that follow me on Instagram, you will know that every day, basically, I post the time I go up, and I go up quite early. It varies a little bit depending on my need for recovery and sleep and that, but that's the beautiful thing about going to bed really early. You have the sleep down alarm so that you can just sleep until you wake up, until you're done. And that's going to differ a little bit depending on your current state, right? That's another very interesting thing I've discovered. You know, apart from your frequency is what you frequently see. In the high state, everything functions great. It's quite amazing that when you're vibing on those highest frequency in life, you get away with much less sleep and you can still recover, while when you're more like in a low state, depressed or something, you can sleep much more and still don't feel as recovered. But that's a side note. It's very interesting. But yeah, I go to I go up very early. Right now, I go to bed between 8 and 9 in the evening, and I wake up at 4 or a bit like before 5, between 4 and 5 basically right now. At times I've woken up much earlier when I, like I said, just have a less need for sleep. But look, people don't quite have to, you don't have to go to sleep as early as I do, but most people should be in bed at 10 so they fall asleep before 11. Rather, preferably like go to sleep, fall asleep at 10, because those couple of hours before midnight are worth so much more. Sleep scientists will tell you this. And I know from experience now that when I had my completely different lifestyle, I used to very often be up late, like in general for no reason, but also be up late partying on the weekends and stuff, right? Now, if I, for some reason, if I travel or I just sleep bad for some reason, you know, I fall asleep after midnight, I've noticed that there's a part of the hangover that's actually, oh, this is not from the alcohol, this is just that I fell asleep at the wrong time, which it really is, right? So now I know, say that I have a hard time falling asleep some night here. I fall asleep at 10, I still wake up at 4, so I have 6 hours. I would still feel a lot better than if I fell asleep at, like, let's say 1 and slept to 9. The quality is just much, much higher. So a lot of people, like I think of one client, like many people, they come up with, they like, oh, but I work, you know, and I want to do stuff after work, and you know. But so one client I had, he was like this, and he didn't sound like that. If you're looking, because you're gonna know probably it's you. But he was like, because he had sleep issues, which I had too, by the way. Sleep has always been one of the most difficult things for me since I was a kid. Hard time falling asleep, waking up when I shouldn't. So that I have good sleep habits now, it does not come naturally for me. I really have to make an effort for it. But so he said he has a regular 9 to 5 job, right? And he's hitting the gym often. He's like, yeah, but if I, I finish work and I go hit the workout, and then there's so little time left of the day, and I have other stuff I feel like I want to do. And then I end up being up later, because I was talking like, shouldn't you try to improve your sleep, like when you have problems with it? And I said, like, look, man, if you got in the habit of going to, I understand, but if you got in the habit of going to bed earlier, you could wake up earlier, and you could go to the gym before work. So you start the day with a big win, hitting that workout. So you're gonna be riding that high the rest of the day. And then when you finish work, you're done. Now you can do whatever you want and then repeat, right? So yeah, sometimes when it seems like, oh, I'm missing out on my stuff I'm doing in the evening, it's like, yeah, when you compare to right now, but if we look at how we can rearrange things, doesn't this sound a lot better? And I don't know how he's doing now, because he's not a client right now, but I know he did it for a while. So I hope you, if you're watching, I hope you still are. No, but, and look, some of the things, you want to, this is something I started realizing, that if you go to bed earlier, like you can do some of the things you would like to do in the evening, in the morning too, if you'd like that. Like, yeah, I mean, I of course wouldn't recommend starting the day out with just some like, oh, I watch Netflix, but you could. Like if you go up and do whatever you do, and you don't have to stress to work. By the way, I used to be the complete opposite. I always went to bed too late, underslept. I had to wake up feeling like shit from a wake-up clock and rush to work. And I didn't have time for even the stuff I needed to do. I was often late to school or work, whatever it was. So just slide, and this super stressful situation, right? But if you go to bed on time, you can have a nice chill morning, and you can get even, depending on how early and that, you can even get in some, like either some other productive stuff like hitting a workout before you go to your job, or you can actually do some of the shit you would be doing in the evening in the morning instead. So it's just such an epic win. And I, by the way, forgot to mention when I call it that, the sleep down alarm, if you have a time you go to sleep on, and you just know that if I fall asleep at around this time, there's no way I'm going to oversleep. You literally never have to wake up from an annoying alarm clock. It's not a natural way to wake up, right? It's very stressful too. Like even if it's a nice, I don't know, not the most stressful alarm signal, it's still not a nice, that your sleep is interrupted by something. You don't wake up naturally because like, I'm well rested, I'm done sleeping, so my body wakes me up. No, you wake up because something interrupts you, so you have to get up. So look, and a lot of people will still be like, but when social things, look, you can, of course you can do exceptions sometimes. I will do that sometimes too. Like here in Greece, my circadian rhythm is even more extreme, and I will, for some social things here, have to sacrifice, like, to be able to be a part of it. But it's about the most of my days. You want this as a habit, because that's always, what's the habit? It's like it goes with all habits. It doesn't always have to be 100% consistent, as long as it is like a big majority. It's like it's the foundation. This is your foundation. Then you can do exceptions and get back to it much easier, right? So, yeah, start just going to bed earlier. I promise you. I mean, some people, you know that shift workers, people that work nights, they die earlier, and you get lower life quality and like quantity, I mean, but also quality, because you're just gonna feel worse. I promise you. People that think that, but I get my 8 hours when I go to bed at like 12 or 1. Just compare sleeping the same 8 hours, you're going to bed 2 or 3 hours earlier. You're gonna be surprised at how big of a difference it makes. So yeah, guys, please like and comment. Do you think, you believe me or not? Are you going to keep staying up late for some reason? We're not made to do. The circadian rhythm here is amazing with the sun. Right now in Greece, the sun goes down at around like 8:15, and it goes up at like 20 minutes past 6, I think, tomorrow. So it's great. You can go to sleep with the sun, wake up before, and then go out, catch a sunrise. Amazing. That's very important too. Very important for the circadian rhythm and for priming the skin for stronger light and later in the day. But that's another topic. Please, I am taking on coaching clients that I coach in all of this, fitness, health, mindset, nutrition, fasting, all that. So please email me or send me a DM on Instagram if you want to know about my different options. I'll get back to you. Please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscles, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, mindset. It's mindset, guys. Don't just because most people might stay up late doing bullshit at night. Don't do what most people do. Most people got it wrong. Replace the wake up alarm with a sleep down alarm. All right, peace.